Hi, welcome back. In this lecture, I would like to conclude the MPI one-sided communication topic, and in particular, I would like to talk about the last method for providing synchronization in one-sided communication. So, so far, we have been seeing two ways to synchronize in MPI RMA, and in particular, we look at active target and generalized active target. So the active target requires cooperation by all the processes in the group of the window object. So we have been seeing MPI win fence, and then we've seen MPI win post start complete wait test. So this is particularly good for many of the applications that require synchronization of all the processes, but sometimes we want to have a much finer grain synchronization, right? So the question here is, what if each process might need to independently access data? So in this case, we are going to use the third method for synchronization that is called passive target synchronization. So why is called passive? Well, passive is called passive because the target does not participate in the communication operation. So, for instance, in generalized active target mode, we have the target process that is cooperating by basically starting the epoch and completing the epoch. In the passive target mode, the target does not participate in the communication. So the origin process is basically responsible for opening an epoch using the function lock, MPI lock, and then is responsible for closing the epoch using unlock, MPI unlock function. This is much similar to the shared memory-like model, right? And the basic two operations we are going to use are lock to start an epoch and unlock to close an epoch. So the function for using passive target synchronization are four: MPI win lock, MPI win unlock, MPI win flash, and MPI flash local. So the function lock and unlock are used to begin and end a passive mode epoch. Because it's passive, after all, the target does not make any corresponding MPI call to the lock and lock function. With unlock and lock functions, we can with the lock function we can initiate multiple passive targets epochs to different processes. So it's much finer granularity corresponding with respect to active synchronization. Also, it's worth to know that concurrent epochs to the same process are not allowed because of this would affect the threading model and cooperation of API and threading model. When it comes to MPI win lock, there are two kinds of locks. So we have a locks that is shared. This means that other processes using shared can access concurrently. Or the lock type can be exclusive. That means that no other processes can access concurrently. Then we have an operation called MPI flash. MPI flash remotely complete RMA operation to the target process. So after completion, data can be read by the target process or a different process. So flash is basically ensure that the RMA operation is complete. And also we have flash local that is similar to the flash operation, but is ensure that locally complete RMA operation to the target process. The name lock, the use of lock and unlock in MPI one-sided is somehow unfortunately, because lock is not a lock in as in for instance shared memory programming. So the way that we should read lock and unlock is more like lock is more like a begin epoch, so the time where we can do one-sided communication, and unlock is really stop the epoch, close the epoch. An MPI lock does not establish a critical section or a mutual exclusion like in shared memory programming. With the MPI lock exclusive, the RMA operation have exclusive access to the data they access or updated during the time they access the remote window. This is very different from the concept of a lock instead of a thread lock that is used for a critical section or mutual exclusion. So this is my slides about one-sided communication. Just a brief summary of MPI one-sided. MPI provides a powerful one-sided communication model. It's general and precisely specified model. Complexity of the precision is sometimes confused with the complexity of the user. Sometimes it might be tricky to use one-sided, especially when it comes to the synchronization mode. There are simple models for the use that address most common use case. So one word of warning when using MPI one-sided, that the MPI interface is there since MPI 2, but the implementation are still quite poor in performance. So the implementation are in pitch, an OpenMPI implementation of one-sided is improving, but in most of the cases not up to the par of two-sided communication performance. So implementation are improving, but still quite poor. So we need to test before using. So one of the goals of the assignment, in fact, is actually to test the performance on the one-sided and see how it compares to the MPI two-sided communication. So this is the last slides, and talk to you soon.